So I was looking for indirect rule, but I think I found something more interesting. We've been hearing the term. Um, we have styles of government and we have forms of government. Okay, styles is talking about the manner. Understand? It's talking about how. Excuse me. Style is literally talking about the manner. It's talking about the way that the will of the state is what is achieved. So form is just talking about the structure of this government. Understand? The structure is looking at the fundamental organogram of this government. So if you're talking about form and style, they are different. So form is literally when you are talking about presidential system, confederal system, republican system, parliamentary system. You're looking at monarchy system of government. Then if you're talking about the styles now, that is where you'll be looking at federalism, you're looking at aristocracy, you're looking at gerontocracy, you're looking at authoritarianism, you're looking at commensalism, you're looking at what is it called again? Neoliberalism. Understand? All these are the what styles of what governance. So I think that's what I want to do now because I was thinking I should focus on indirect reviews maybe in the next one. So it's on page 16, chapter 2 on this textbook. So if you have something of this nature, it's written by some of my lecturers So if you have anything on government, just find where you see classifications of government. Understand? So we have unitary system of government to begin with. So what is unitary system of government? I don't want this video to be long. I'll just be brief. I'll make sure that the points are contained in every definition. So what is unitary system of government, guys? So for unitary system of government, we're looking at where power is concentrated at the center, where everything is concentrated at the center. Although, if you're not looking at the types of unitary system of government, that is where you're talking about now federalism. You're not looking at allocation of power to the what regional unit. That is where you talk about defend for yourself federalism. You talk about asymmetrical, centrifugal, centripetal federalism. But I want you to understand first of all that unitary system of government is literally talking about where power is concentrated what at the center. Yes, and the central government have the power to what allocate functions to the regional what unit. That is, if you're now talking about the federalism aspect of it, now that is where you now talk about the central petal. Understand? That is why you have the central petal where the power is more concentrated on the what center. So the regional units have little control over what democratic what powers. So that is just literally it. Oh, let's say way here. So that is what unitary system of government is all about. So we have a monarchy system of government. The monarchy is a government that is headed by a regent. Regent, somebody that is an interim king. He's just acting on behalf of the king, just like a prime minister. But he is not appointed. He's not the right ruler, but he's just acting in place of the king for the meantime. So you have a regent, we have the king, you have the queen. Understand? That's just monarchy for you. And it's mainly hereditary. Understand? Monarchy system is mainly what hereditary. So all these things are what we've learned before, but it's just a refresher of it. So if you're in your first year as a student of public administration, this is what you should pay attention to because it's going to build you, it's going to help you understand what government is really all about. So as a student of public administration, you should calm down. You said there are some things. Okay, there are some things you should also know within yourself, like Malthusson theory. Okay, this is me talking about economics right now. Oh gosh. We have the futures, we have flexibility, we have okay, I'm talking about advantages. I said features. We have flexibility, it creates room for uniform employment. You have power that is it prevents the dictatorship, something like that. It prevents dictatorship, but going to the disadvantages, it might enthrone power drunk politicians. Understand? So the futures here is talking about that there is no constitutional division of powers between the central government and the component units where they exist. That is definitely a right one. So I don't want to manufacture some things from my head. That is why I'm using what my textbook. So please forgive me for that one. So we have federal system of government, no federal system of government where the electorate resides. You know what I mean by resides? They have the power to what appoint their representative, which is mainly elected for a period of what 4 years. He is elected on the basis that yes, my electorate, people that are what electing me, trust me, just like the upcoming elections we have in Nigeria. Understand? Upcoming elections that are going on in the world, maybe anything like that. So federal system of government is that which the electorate have the right, understand, they reserve the right to what elect their representatives. Understand? This electorate elect their representative for a period of what 4 years. That is federal system. And Nigeria practiced federal system of what government before they now switch. Understand? Yeah, before they now switch to presidential system of government. So, but I'll just read it out. He said that unlike the under unitary system of government, there are other levels of government other than the central government in the federal state, and the governmental powers are shared between all federating what units. You see, I was also explaining a part of presidential system of government initially, so forgive me for that one. Sorry. So federal system of government is also looking that the powers are shared. Understand? Some of the powers are also delegated to what the regional units. That is the powers that are fundamental. That those governmental powers are shared between all governments. But the main thing is that governments are recognized based on their what capacities. So the federal government might decide about 40%, then the state will decide about 35 or 40 also. Then the local will now have like 25 or 20, depending on their state, depending on what the government is working with. So we have presidential system of government. You know that presidential system of government, like I said before, when the electorate have been when the elect representatives, sorry, when they have been elected for a period of what 4 years. So that is just it. Can read up the pieces on your own. We have presidential system of government. We have parliamentary system of government. So there was this question that came up. I manufactured this question on my class group the other day. So I was asking them, why did Nigeria practice um, the parliamentary system of government in the 1960 general elections? Why was it practiced? The 1960 general elections. Why was it? Why did Nigeria practice parliamentary system of government like the British did? Yes, I asked them this question because as I was reading the history, when the the dawn of federalism in 1954, after the dawn of federalism, where each unit was asked to go back and evolve her civil service. So when it was now approved that Nigeria will be independent, understand, in 1960, understand, there was this political power tussle between the two ruling parties as of then. You know them now, the NPC and that of the NPC, that of the Balewa, understand, Balewa, and that of Azikiwe, that is the NCNC. So there was a power tussle. So after the election in 1959, understand, the NCNC could not secure two to third majority of the votes in the House, that is the Senate, and also legislatures. So, but the NPC, that is Northern People Congress, secured most of the votes in the House, but they did not win the presidential election, but they secured more votes in the House. So these two parties have to come together, understand, and form a government. Although some part of the MCNC has merged with the AG, which is the Action Congress. You know the history between the Action Congress, that is the Akintola and his friend. So you know the history between them. So some part of the NCNC, sorry, has merged with the divided party of the AG. So this NCNC, some part of the remaining part of the NCNC, the remaining part of NCNC and the NPC now formed together, understand, and become a governance. That is, they form and become one government. That is why Nigeria had parliamentary system of government in 1960 federal election, which made Nnamdi Azikiwe the ceremonial president and made Tafawa Balewa the head of what state. So we also have Republican style of what government, sorry, Republican form of what government. So this Republican government, I'm not too friendly with it, I'm not too familiar with it. So I'll just refer back to the textbook. I beg. So they said it is a form of government in which the supreme powers of the government is possessed and exercised by the people through their elected representative. This one is just trying to tell you that the people understand that are electing their representative reserve the right to say that this person is for us, and they can dethrone this person anytime, any day. Republican, understand? So that is just what this one is about. So please, guys, if you've not been seeing my videos, understand, please, if you have any questions regarding public administration, I'm your person. Just ask me. If you're looking for relevant institutions to opt for a degree or maybe a diploma or ND certificate, let me just guide you through it. You can reach up to me on my channel here on YouTube, or also on my page on Facebook through Administrator Square. So I'm your person. So see you on my next video. Please share, like, and subscribe, and also comment, because it means a lot to me. Thank you. Here, your guy.